Welcome students. Today I am going to teach you the second part of the second chapter. The name of the part is The Shehnai of Bismillah Khan. In this chapter we are going to study about a musical instrument known as Shehnai. So let's start the chapter. Emperor Aurangzeb banned the playing of a musical instrument called pungi in the royal residence for it has had a shrill, unpleasant sound. Students, pungi was a musical instrument that had a shrill or unpleasant sound, so that Emperor Aurangzeb banned the playing of this instrument in his royal court. Pungi became the generic name for reeded noisemaker. Generic name means a name given to a class or a group as a whole. Reeded means a wind instrument that have holes like flute. So, pungi was one of the musical instruments that is played with the force of wind. Few had thought that it would one day be revived, as Aurangzeb banned the instrument, but few people had hope that it would one day be revived. It means it will come into existence again. A barber of a family of professional musicians who had access to the royal palace decided to improve the tonal quality of the pungi. He chose a pipe with a natural hollow stem that was longer and broader than the pungi and made 7 holes on the body of the pipe. When he played on it, choosing, closing and opening some of these holes, soft and melodious sound were produced. So, a barber of a family of professional musicians who always used to visit at royal palace, he decided to improve the tone of the pungi. So for that he chose a pipe that has a hollow stem like bamboo. It was longer and broader than pungi and made 7 holes on it. When he played the instrument, closing and opening some of these holes, soft and melodious sound were produced. He played the instrument before royalty and everyone was impressed. The instrument, so different from the pungi, had to be given a new name. As the story goes, since it was first played in the Shah's chamber and was played by a Nai barber, the instrument was named the Shehnai. So, he played this instrument. The barber played the instrument before king in his court, and everyone pleased to hear the sound of that instrument. The instrument was named as Shehnai because it was first played at Shah's chamber and played by a Nai. That's why it is called Shehnai. Students, these are the two instruments. One is pungi and this is Shehnai. The sound of the Shehnai began to be considered auspicious. Auspicious means pious, holy, or that gives good fortune. And for this reason, it is still played in temples and is an indispensable component of any North Indian wedding. Indispensable means essential. The sound of the Shehnai began to be considered auspicious, means the sound of Shehnai began to be considered as giving good fortune. Only because of this reason, it is still played in the North Indian wedding and even in temples too. In the past, the Shehnai was part of Naubat. Naubat is a group of 9 instruments that found at royal court. So the Shehnai was a part of Naubat, or traditional assembly of 9 instruments found at royal court. Shehnai was one of them. Till recently, it was used only in temples and wedding. The credit for bringing this instrument onto the classical stage goes to Ustad Bismillah Khan. Till recent days, It was only played in temples or in weddings. But the credit goes to Ustad Bismillah Khan. He took this Shehnai to the classical stage. As a 5 years old boy, Bismillah Khan played gilli danda near a pond in the ancient state of Dumrao in Bihar. He would regularly go to the nearby Bihariji temple to sing the Bhojpuri Chaita, at the end of which he would earn a big laddu weighing 1.25 kg, a prize given by the local Maharaja. When Bismillah Khan was a 5 years old boy, he played gilli danda near a pond at Dumrao in Bihar. He would regularly go to nearby Bihariji temple to sing a Bhojpuri hymn that is called Chaita. At the end of this hymn, he would earn a big laddu weighing 1.25 kg, and the prize was given to him by local Maharaja. This happened 80 years ago, and the little boy had travelled far to earn the highest civilian award in India, the Bharat Ratna. This is the story of about 80 years ago, and from that day, the little boy has started traveling toward a great distinction of achieving the highest civilian award of India, is known as Bharat Ratna. Born on 21st March 1916, Bismillah Khan belongs to a well-known family of musicians from Bihar. His grandfather Rasool Baksh Khan was the Shehnai Nawaz of the Bhojpur King's Court. His father Paigambar Baksh and other paternal ancestors were also great Shehnai players. Bismillah Khan was born on 21st March 1916, and he was belonged to a well-known family of musicians from Bihar. His grandfather was a Shehnai Nawaz of the Bhojpur King's Court, and his father, Paigambar Baksh, he was also a great Shehnai player. The young boy took to music early in life. He started playing music in his life at the very beginning of his age. At the age of 3, when his mother took him to his maternal uncle's house in Banaras, now Varanasi, Bismillah was fascinated watching his uncles practice. The young boy took to music early in his life. At the age of 3, when his mother took him to maternal uncle's house in Banaras, now Varanasi, Bismillah was fascinated watching his uncles practice the Shehnai. Soon, Bismillah started accompanying his uncle Ali Baksh to the Vishnu temple of Banaras, where Baksh was employed to play the Shehnai. Ali Baksh would play the Shehnai and Bismillah would sit captivated for hours on end. Slowly he started getting lessons in playing the instrument and would sit practicing throughout the day. For years to come, the temple of Balaji and Mangala Maiya and the bank of Ganga became the young apprentice's favorite haunt, where he could practice in solitude. The flowing water of the Ganga inspired him to improvise and invent ragas that were earlier considered to be beyond the range of the Shehnai. So, the young boy took music early in his life. At the age of 3, his mother took him to his maternal uncle's house in Banaras. Now it is called Varanasi. Bismillah was attracted watching his uncle playing Shehnai. Soon he started giving company to his uncle Ali Baksh to the Vishnu temple, where he was employed as the Shehnai player. Ali Baksh played the Shehnai, and Bismillah used to sit or uh, look at his uncle hours still without speaking a word. Slowly, he started getting lessons in playing the instrument, and he would sit practicing throughout the day. And after some years, he used to come to temple of Balaji and Mangla and he used to go to the bank of the Ganga river. And these of the three spots became his favorite places where he could practice in solitude. Solitude means lonely place. The flowing water of the Ganga inspired him to improvise, means to practice and invent ragas that were earlier considered to be beyond the range of Shehnai.